Well, good night to everyone. Thank you for having me here. Thank you to all the organizers and all the administrators of the virtual shrine. And well, I'm here to share a testimony, personal testimony, about what Father Kentenich has meant for me during all this time, during my life and everything. And well, I've written down some points that I want to share with everyone. And please, I'm so sorry for the quality of the video. I didn't notice this camera was so bad, but it's the only one I've got at the moment. So thank you for having me tonight, and I would like to first introduce myself. My name is Marcelo Miranda, and I'm a member of the Boys Youth, the Schoenstatt Boys Youth here in La Paz, Bolivia. I've been working with the Boys Youth for a very long time, with different jobs that I've accomplished there, starting from being in charge of some groups, being the head of the Boys Youth, and now working in the team of the people that are in charge of everything. Like we could call it here the assessors of the Boys Youth. So we work assessing all of the people in charge of the groups and everything, and we try to guide them and give them all the resources they need and stuff to work with their groups. And well, uh, I've been a member of Schoenstatt for a very long time also. I've come from a family that I'm blessed to come from this family that's been a part of Schoenstatt since the very beginning, of Schoenstatt here in La Paz, Bolivia. And I think it's one of the most amazing things that has happened to me. And that leads us to the main thing here, which is how did I get to meet Father Kentenich personally, and how was I able and how has he inspired me throughout my life and in all the decisions that I've taken for this. And well, how can I say this? Well, Father Kentenich has been for me like superheroes are to other people, like Iron Man and Captain America and all these iconic characters of the comic franchise. And well, Father Kentenich has been that for me precisely, and he's been a very incredible, like iconic member of my whole life. And what he has inspired me especially and specifically is on the way I see life. Not much I know, like the way I act or the way I say or do things, but the way I see life, and the way he used to see it with such like being very specific of each little detail of everyday's life. That's one of the things that got me in a very deep way. And I've been with that for a very long time, thinking about how should I see things. And that's one of the things that I think he has been so objective. And uh, I see things every day, not in a way that most people do, because every step I take, I do it thinking about what God wants from me, and and by the hand, holding the hand of our dear Mother. Every step I take, everything I do, before going into any class, before going into public transportation, before leaving the house, before coming down to eat. Every single second I think about what does God want, or what does this step in my life mean to me and mean to everyone. And that's one of the things that I consider to be very important. Um, and that is something that I got from Father Kentenich's point of view of everything. Thinking about every single step, every little single step that I take in my life. I think it through, and I think about the action that I'm taking there, and I think about the consequences that that will bring. Of course, I don't follow that many times. I sometimes when I am too mad at something, or I just get too I just get loose of everything. I It's hard for me to come back and to think, and it's like, man, I didn't do this when I was supposed to, and that's one of the things that I'm working on. But that's how Father Kentenich influenced me in my life and in my actions and the things I do. Uh, you know, this year is a year of Father Kentenich. We remember some very important time in the Schoenstatt history, where we don't lose a father, but we actually um, gain a father that's now working from heaven and looking over all of his, all of Schoenstatt around the world. And that's one of the things that we've been very uh, very careful to understand here in La Paz with the boys youth, with all the boys in the boys youth, trying to understand what he has left, and not just as some memory and history, but also as teachings that we endure today, that we work on today in our everyday life as people from Schoenstatt. And well, what we've done throughout this year that's been so important to everyone in Schoenstatt and around the world has been not as much as many other places, but there is a very specific reason, and for that, we are celebrating in our shrine here in La Paz 25 years since it was blessed, and we were more into that concept, into that important celebration for all the people here in La Paz, Bolivia, that we didn't forget the year of Father Kentenich, but we decided to bond both things together and to bring them into the same level of importance and try to work on both at the same time, which hasn't been easy for any branch. But what has been easy for every branch was to remember that we are celebrating many things this year, and that we had to be sure to include all of those in every activity we did. For instance, we this year had a very interesting activity with the boys youth. I have a shirt wearing it right now. We had to send the shirts that we made for a very amazing activity we had in the middle of the year, which was by July approximately, first or the second week of July, I'm not sure. And we went for a walk, for a very long trekking, and we were out for a couple of days, and we enjoyed a lot of sharing together and sharing how the shrine and how Father Kentenich were important to all of us, and in what way they had made their impact in our lives. And that was our way of celebrating the 25 years of the blessing of our shrine and the year of Father Kentenich. Both jubilees, both celebrations put in the same place and in the same activity, which was something that we consider was an amazing uh, accomplishment. And well, besides that, the kids have during this year become all the boys here, right, have become very attached to the shrine and have become aware of what Father Kentenich has done for everyone and what he has done throughout his life, and each picking a very important thing that meant a lot to him and that changed his way of seeing certain things. So we wanted to thank you a lot. I wanted to thank you a lot for having me today, and even though my testimony might not be as inspiring as others, I hope it's enough for everyone to enjoy and understand how Father Kentenich can make an impact in a different way and in different ways to everyone and to every single person that meets him, no matter how he meets Father Kentenich, or in what situation in one person's life he meets Father Kentenich. I think Father Kentenich makes an impact on different ways, in different manners, just as he made an impact on me and the way I see the world, and the way I see time, and the way I see every single step I take in my life. Thank you, and I hope this helps you understand a bit about what the Father can do to change a person's life.